This painting is a portrait of a Carthusian monk by Petrus Christus, a Netherlandish artist who was active in the 15th century. The painting is dated 1446 and is currently on view at the Met 5th Avenue in Gallery 605. The painting is a masterpiece of early Netherlandish painting and a prominent, early example of trompe-l'oeil. Trompe-l'oeil is a French term that means deceive the eye. It refers to a technique of creating realistic illusions that make the viewer think that the painted objects are real. In this painting, Christus used trompe-l'oeil to create a fictive frame around the monk's head, and to paint a fly resting on the lower edge of the frame. The fly is a symbol of the monk's humility and mortality, as well as a sign of the painter's skill and wit. The illusionistic inscription on the upper edge of the frame declares, "Petrus Christus made me in the year 1446. This shows the artist's pride and confidence in his work, as well as his awareness of the tradition of self-referential signatures in Netherlandish art. Christus placed his sitter in the corner of a warmly illuminated room, which creates a sense of depth and intimacy. The monk is wearing a white habit with a hood, which indicates his religious order. The Carthusians were a strict and secluded monastic order, founded by Saint Bruno in the 11th century. They lived in silence and solitude, devoted to prayer and contemplation. The monk's face is expressive and realistic, with fine details and subtle shading. He looks directly at the viewer with a calm and serene gaze, inviting us to share his spiritual experience. Christus was the leading painter of Bruges following Jan van Eyck's death in 1441. He was influenced by Van Eyck's naturalism and attention to detail, but he also developed his own style and innovations. He moved beyond the flat neutral backgrounds of his predecessor's portraits, and introduced more complex and varied settings, such as interiors, landscapes, and cityscapes. He also experimented with perspective, light, and color, creating rich and harmonious compositions. He was a versatile and prolific artist, who painted religious scenes, portraits, and genre scenes.